Can you believe that 2022 is almost a thing of the past? 2022 was a magical year when you think about the Absa Run Your City series. We started in Cape Town, where we had a world record holder, Genzebe Dibaba, coming out to run her first official 10K on the road, and she was joined by some stellar performances as we saw Daniel Ebenyo of Kenya running well under 28 minutes, and a wonderful performance from Stella Chesang of Uganda as she got very, very close to even going underneath 30 minutes over 10K. After that, we moved to Durban, where we had wonderful incentives for the South African athletes, and the man of the moment who took advantage of that wonderful opportunity, perfect weather and a flat course, was Maxime Charmenton, becoming the very first South African to run under 28 minutes on South African soil. From there, we came to Joburg, where we did what we did in Cape Town, ran on the highway, showing that once again the Absa Run Your City series continues to break boundaries and shift those barriers. The masses, thousands, ran through the streets of Joburg as we celebrated National Heritage Day on the 24th of September. A wonderful spectacle as Nicolas Sieposengwe announced himself to the world as the coming man, winning in under 30 minutes that elite race in the Absa Run Your City Joburg 10K. It really was a fabulous year. Let's look back on the year that was in the Absa Run Your City series. And it doesn't end there, because 2023 is beckoning and we have some fabulous, hey, watch this, in 2023. Siyabangena, because the Absa Run Your City series is taking it even further. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Musibudi Whitehead, and it's my pleasure to welcome some guests who will be telling us about what we can look forward to for the latest installment of the Absa Run Your City series. I'll start first by introducing the man whose name is there, emblazoned at the very front of this Run Your City series. They joined us, and they're taking it to new heights. They come with Siyabangena. He is the Chief Executive of Product Solutions, Mr. Jeff Lee of Absa. Thank you so much for your time.
It's great to be here.
Thank you so much for joining us. And not yet. We've got some exciting news, but not yet. Next to him there in the center of picture is someone who spoke passionately during the COVID period about the need for events to come back with a bang. Athletics South Africa President, Dade James Moloi. Thank you so much for joining us, Brother James.
Thanks, Musibudi.
And of course, the man whose brainchild this was, who has continued to champion the need for world-class performances on African soil, and combining that with a wonderful value for money and excellent world-class facilities and race for the social runners, walkers, Boruna, who want to jive and celebrate and paint the streets red. The MD of Stillwater Sports, Mr. Michael Mayer. Thanks for your time, Michael.
Hi, Musibudi.
I mean, I think back on 2022, and I can't help but be happy, be very, very deeply happy about what was achieved given where we come from. Talk to us about that a little bit, Michael. The first full Absa Run Your City series in the post-COVID-19 era. What was 2022 like for you?
Well, I think it was a massive celebration and it was a massive success. And I think we couldn't have done it with two elements. Firstly, the support of Absa, driving us and challenging us to do it bigger and better. And then secondly, with the runners themselves. People across South Africa embraced the Absa Run Your City series in the three major cities, Johannesburg, Cape Town and Durban. And when we look back at the photos and the videos of the year, it You actually get goose flesh. It was an amazing series. It created such a positive atmosphere in the three cities in the week and on the day that it took place in that city. And so, we strongly believe in that positive influence of the Absa Run Your City series, not only on runners, but also on the cities and on South Africa in general. So we can't wait for 2023.
Yeah, we can't wait for 2023. And it was possible, as you mentioned, because we were looking for positivity. We were looking for a way to come back with meaning. And it would not have been possible without a federation who also saw a similar vision. But James, from Athletics South Africa's perspective, when you look back on the series, and I guess the year in general, I'm sure you must be happy given what we saw, especially when we saw the numbers coming back, the thousands of people participating in road running.
Thanks very much, Mr. Widi. Firstly, we just want to thank the Absa for coming back to athletics because they were there before. Now they're back again. And secondly, the Stillwater again for bringing some of these top athletes in South Africa because you know very well that without these top athletes, our athletes can't run fast. And then the World Athletics told us very well that they need mass participation. We must encourage mass participation everywhere in the world. So I think maybe by organizing these events, it helps us in terms of organizing these events. We can even go back to World Athletics and we are doing something good.
Correct.
Yeah, because they told us straight away that we must encourage mass participation and encourage short distances because there are a lot of people that want to go for comrade and not all of us can go to comrade because we can't go to Olympics to go and run comrade. But for these shorter distances to help our athletes, especially those who are running 10,000 meters, they can run 10 kilometers and then they can go and run very well. From our side, we are very excited. Our life is becoming very easy. And then we just want to thank Absa, continue with the good work.
Beautiful. And we'll come back to that point about the opportunity this presents for not just the social runners and us to enjoy the wonderful outdoors and have a sense of camaraderie, but also, as you say, an opportunity for some of the fast merchants to do what they do best and prime themselves for world-class competitions, whether it's the World Championships, Olympic Games, Commonwealth Games, and others. But you, Jeff, I still remember when this announcement was made, the very first one in a virtual setting, where you spoke about the reasons why you decided to join and be a partner in the Run Your City series. Perhaps you could just go over that. Looking back to where that was, how far we've come. This was a very different world. We were uncertain about where we were going. So looking back on 2022, are you happy with the commitment that you made in terms of joining the Absa Run Your City series as the title sponsor? And how do you look back on 2022?
Masabadi, it's just been overwhelming, this journey we've been on. We signed this agreement with our partner Stillwater at the end of 2021, height of COVID. But we knew we had a vision, and we bought into what Michael and the team wanted to do around bringing back athletics, mass participation events. The support of Athletics South Africa was very important to us. And we put our pen to paper, signed an agreement. We started with 2000 in Durban. Soon after the riots, I think it was so appropriate to go to Durban and launch our partnership in a city that was just crying out for attention so to go there was just phenomenal experience. And to come into 2022 and have 3 events and an amazing experience. To see the way we painted the roads red, which is what we wanted to achieve, with all walks of life, with our star athletes shining up front to our colleagues and just like everyday South Africans just walking those streets,
having a good time,
getting out. The weather was wonderful. That's what we want to do, and that's absolutely about our aspirations around bringing possibilities to life. And we look forward to a very exciting 2023.
So you signed the contract in 2021, and you said, the reason why I want to get involved as Absa is I want people to touch and feel my brand. I want to see it live in the very real sense with people wearing it, the bandanas. Are you happy with the way that came to life, especially this year in 2022?
Without a shadow of a doubt. I think the fact that the brand is so visible, it's so tangible in people's lives because they get to touch it, they get to feel it, they get to experience it. they get to sort of live in it and live through it, is really just an amazing thing. And the more you go out into the cities, you will see more and more red shirts, people running every day, walking every day, in the parks, on the roads, on the pavements. That's what we want to
Yeah, because those
achieve.
T-shirts last for a lifetime. You still see people wearing them now, going for his morning run. So I guess it is something, as you say, that is quite tangible in the very real sense of the world. Back to you, Michael Mayer, because we mentioned Durban, and I guess Durban is an important one because it was also different. In 2022, when we announced the athlete incentive program, it absolutely exploded. I mean, I had people calling me and asking me, is this thing real? Are these cash incentives for running these times really real? You must be particularly proud of that one, because I think that made quite a big difference to South African athletes, and it was matched, we saw, by the performance on the day.
Yes, I think, it's always important to say our commitment is to ASA and to Absa is to really keep every single runner in mind when we do the planning of the event. And so from first to last, it must be a fantastic experience. That's critical. But at the same time, we have an obligation to, as South Africans and as an organization putting on these type of events, to also assist with the performances of our top athletes, and because that creates national pride, and we all watch these athletes when they compete at the Olympics and at the World Championships, and so the incentive program was really rewarding athletes if they run well. And so they really stepped up to the plate. I mean, it was amazing performances. Sure. It's, I think it's 75% of the top 30 performances in South Africa were run in Durban. So it was, and to see the first South African run under 28 minutes on South African soil.
And another one got so close. Matanga ran just 28:03.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we want to, the goal is, eventually we want to get there. The goal is to see a sub 27 minute, perhaps on the men's side, and who knows, maybe we might even see a world record one day in one of the Absa Run Your City events on African soil.
Certainly possible, and I mean we've already seen a European record in Durban in the Run Your City series. So why not? We can dream. This must make you happy. I mean, you are now sitting in that chair as the president of Athletics South Africa, Ntate Moloi. But before, you were a runner as well. And when you look back at this, Durban in particular, where we saw such wonderful performances, I'm sure you wish that if this was there, 1989 or in 1995, maybe I could have benefited from that.
That's true, especially me and Jeff. Still remember Jeff. Yeah, no, thanks very much. But for us, we are very excited because now a lot of our athletes are not going to over-race anymore, because there's no over-racing anymore. You choose which one do you want to run at nowadays. Because before, our athletes didn't get enough money. They have to go to this race tomorrow morning, the other race next week. Correct. And all that. But now, because there's the incentives, after I've put more money, the incentives, you have to choose which race you want to run. You can run maybe two, and then you sit at home and train for other races and all that, because it helps us in terms of improving times. And our athletes, we can even choose our athletes concerning those matters.
But what you're saying, for major competitions, like now people can rest and say, okay, now you have a better team to choose from for 10,000, 5,000.
That's correct. But again, at the same time, and for those slow runners, it promotes healthy lifestyle. We understand, because most of those people have got big tummies. They've got an opportunity to run right at the back and chat and talk to people and all that. We promote, like I said, we promote mass participation and all that. So it helps us a lot. And then most of our athletes are very excited, and then there's happiness in South Africa.
Yeah, there is happiness in South Africa. You Absa Run Your City series, 2022 showed what is possible with a little bit of commitment, a lot of grit and a lot of hard work, and also a lot of love, an outpouring of love on the streets of Cape Town, Durban, and Joburg. Not possible, though, without a number of partners, because Absa, being the title sponsor, are there and kind of hold the brand umbrella, but there's several other partners. For example, we gave away a car in Joburg, we gave away a car in Durban thanks to Cherry, and I know that DHL, Puma have also been wonderful supporters of the Absa Run Your City series.
Yes, you have mentioned the main headline partners was a body, but I think the cities also need to be mentioned. We've everywhere we go now, we are really well received, and there's a real hunger to have these type of events, and specifically the Absa Run Your City events in the cities. And that probably has a lot to do with the announcement you're about to make. But that for us is most heartwarming, because it just shows South Africa is a country that, you know, wants to do these activities. They want to have these type of events in their cities.
So there you have it. He's dropped the hint already. The Absa Run Your City series was wonderful in 2022, but it's taking it to the next level, breaking boundaries in 2023, because where we started this year in Cape Town and then went to Durban and ended off in Joburg on National Heritage Day, we will start this time around in April, because there is a new city for the Absa Run Your City series. Ladies and gents, all my runners and my top runners and my social runner, we are meeting there in April for the Absa Run Your City Gqeberha 10K. To run the Absa Run Your City Gqeberha 10K. Wow, I mean, exciting stuff. This one I think has been on the cards for a long time, because even when you started, people were saying, no, but why don't you take it there? It's fast and flat. Talk to us about getting Gqeberha involved there, Michael.
Yeah, we're very excited to go to Gqeberha. I think that you know, the city lends itself to fast times. It's a beautiful route that we're going to be running, and I think that they can't wait to welcome us down in the friendly city. We hope it's the friendly city and not the windy city.
Yes.
The day, but it's going to be a fantastic event, and it's not too long to go. 4 months to go, and then we are in the friendly city.
In the friendly city, Gqeberha, on the 2nd of April. It is going to be absolutely mind-blowing, because we know that is, in the history of South African athletics, a number of records have been run at Gqeberha. 10,000 Ramala, which still stands today, was run right there, and we've got a number of fabulous performances over the half marathon distance and even over the full marathon distance. We remember a titanic clash between the legends Ozithulele Singa and William Tolo. All of those happening down there. So that has been a wonderful history for South African middle and long distance running over the decades. It's just one. We've got another one. Gqeberha, 2nd of April. Then we go to Cape Town. Then we've got Durban. But there's another one just before we come back and end things here in Joburg with the Absa Run Your City Joburg 10K. Bar emna, radinamela, di dese, di minati. The Absa Run Your City Tshwane 10K, and everybody's celebrating in here because I've got some Tshwane guys working with me. The Absa Run Your City 10K happening on the 27th of August in Tshwane. 2 more cities. When Absa shows up, it shows off.
Yeah, no, we are so deeply proud of the fact that within a year of being able to host all 3, we can add another 2 cities. And I think these are 2 cities that we have very close ties with as an organization, as a bank. We have many colleagues that work in both Gqeberha and in Tshwane. It's just going to be 5 cities in the series, in our 2nd full year. Just shows us what we can do with great partnerships. And we're super excited about it. I want to thank everyone that has taken the time to come and spend time with Absa, with Stillwater, with DHL, with Puma, with the cities in the 3 that we've hosted up until now. Whether you were at the pointy end racing out front or you were walking at the back, everyone has a role to play in this event. And the more we can get out, we've set up some big targets to get together with Stillwater to get more participation going.
And thousands.
And that's what we want. And I think we must watch this space.
For me, what I find probably one of the most important aspects of the Run Your City series in 2022, we saw all the Absa employees, and I was fortunate enough to attend a few, coming out to clean up the cities.
Yeah.
In the lead up to the event. I think that shows the commitment, because when we spoke to some of them, they were like, no, I'm coming here because I want to, don't think I'm getting paid. No, I'm using my Saturday morning in some case to come out and be part of the cleanup. It speaks to the values of the organization, I think.
Yeah, no, Mosabodi, that was such a key part of us, part of our strategy. And when we sat down with Stillwater to sort of map out how we want to show up as an organization, that was a very key point. So sport is such a great unifier for societal challenges. And we're in a brittle state at this moment, I think, as a country. So the fact that we get 200, 300, 400 colleagues showing up on a Saturday morning wanting to clean up the city that they're then going to enjoy and allow 10,000 other guests of them to go and run through that city is it's just a proud moment. It's something that we take very, very seriously. Our colleagues take it very, very seriously. I want to thank every single colleague that has shown up to come and help us clean up the cities. And this is a deep part of our partnership with Stillwater. And we look forward to expanding that to Tshwane and to Gqeberha as well.
The hashtag is Absa Run Your City Series, hashtag Absa RYC. Spread the word. We will be in Gqeberha on the 2nd of April, and we're also adding Tshwane with the Absa Run Your City Tshwane 10K happening on the 27th of August. Ntate Moloi, looking back on when you came into office in May to where we are now, in May of 2021, you spoke about events. Now we've got 5 of these Absa Run Your City series events with a lot more happening. How do you feel as an administration of the sport in the country about specifically this series, given that it's attracting international performers, but also we are seeing those participants, everyday participants, in a sport which we had said we don't want mass participation, it's too dangerous. How do you feel about bringing it back safely as we've been able to do?
From our side, like I said, it was difficult for athletes because you know very well that some of these athletes are not working at all, some of the athletes. But it was not easy for us to encourage some of these athletes. But we just want to say thank you very much for Absa for organizing this event and Stillwater. For our lives, it's becoming very easy now because, and then we have added 2 cities whereby our athletes can choose where they want to go now. Like I said, you don't have to go to Durban. You can choose you want to go to Gqeberha or you want to go to what. They've got a choice now because now the little that they're going to get now, they are not going to, like I repeat myself, they're not going to over-race anymore. The more we've got more races and the more our athletes going to run faster because now we are going to touch all the families. For example, the people from Gqeberha, those who didn't run in Gqeberha, they will come and run the 10 kilometers and then with their families. And those who are in Tshwane now, they've got an opportunity to come, even if you don't have money to come to Joburg, they can run in Tshwane. You'll wait for your chance to come and run. From our side, we are very excited. The more we get, more events, and then we are very happy because our athletes are the ones that are benefiting out of this. And then the corporate companies like Absa, they are making our lives to be very, very easy as a federation.
Yeah, our lives are very easy because now we have the freedom to enjoy. And let us not forget that it was not so long ago that it was difficult to move around and just enjoy the wonderful sense of well-being that one gets when you know that accomplishment of having completed 10 kilometers and also having had a fabulous day out. There's all those aerobics before that we usually do here, and then afterwards it's just a nice an afternoon to relax. And I loved the vibe at the Mary Fitzgerald Square, which was the finish of the Absa Run Your City Joburg 10K. People hung around for a while to enjoy, listen to the music, kalama piano yonke into mnandi once, and it was really a fabulous day. It speaks to what you've always said, Michael Mayer, that the point is to try bit by bit, ever so slightly, just to raise the boundaries, to improve year on year. We started with 3, we've now got 5. In terms of the performances, we've now got a sub 28-minute clocking. In terms of the numbers, we went up to this year we had thousands, tens of thousands over the 3 cities. So where do we go next? Where is the bar, and what are you hoping to achieve with now these 2 more cities of Gqeberha and Tshwane in 2023?
Well, from an organizational point of view, I think it allows us really to strive to achieve our goal even more strongly, and that is to create the greatest 10K running series in the world. I think there's no reason why we can't do it in South Africa and on African soil. We have the greatest runners. We have beautiful routes, beautiful cities. And so that's what we're going to try and achieve. And so it means that the series can improve in different ways. There's going to be a lot of detail coming out about that in the next few months. But we, once again, we can't do that without ASA and Absa and the partners to the event. And I think what's going to happen is that we're going to have a phenomenal series of events across 5 major cities in South Africa that's going to change the face of sport in South Africa. We strongly believe that. We think it's very exciting. And most of all, the average runner, the social runner, the person that wants to stay fit is going to benefit from it. And that's our goal. You know, we want people to be active, healthy, and we believe that the Absa Run Your City series can be a massive catalyst in achieving that across South Africa.
Indeed, and I think, James, are you going to be involved this time in terms of running, walking? I remember when we were here in Joburg, you said maybe. So next year will we see you maybe again, or going all the way to Kabeja to enjoy?
Yeah, I still remember Gqeberha. We ran in Gqeberha at the time. Matthew Stimane ran 61. And then I still remember that route very well because I ran 62, but I was position 11. Imagine 62 minutes, but position 11, I said to myself, I was just wasting my time. But now, because these youngsters, they've got a golden opportunity now to run faster than us during that time. Now, I'm expecting them to run 26:50 something going forward now, because now there's money now. There's money now. There's no excuses more. But again, at the same time, it accommodates everybody. This 10 kilometer accommodates everybody. My father, grandfather, my daughter, everybody's accommodated and all that, except the top athletes. So everybody's accommodated and all that. And then there's no excuse anymore. So we are waiting for 2023. You'll see me there. My number is number 1. You'll see my number.
And Jeff, we see you there. We're going to be a keen runner. You've been running for many, many years. Faster in your youth, but still fairly fast now. What are you looking forward to in 2023? And will we see you running in the Absa Run Your City series?
You will certainly see me at the Absa Run Your City series. I look forward. I've said to Michael, I want to try and be one of the first employees to try to do all 5 in a year. Hey. Let's see how that goes. But I think just our ambition is to get closer to our communities, closer to our customers, closer to our colleagues, and we the reach and adding more cities just enables us to do that. So that's going to be absolutely our goal for 2023.
Siyabangena in 2023. It's the Absa Run Your City series. We're bringing world-class performances to African soil, and we're giving you and I an opportunity to interact with each other, to interact with Absa as we celebrate the spirit of life and the joy of being active, healthy, and able. We look forward to a wonderful opportunity in 2023, as if you couldn't run it before and you are in Kabeja, now you can with the Absa Run Your City Kabeja 10K. If you're in Cape Town, then you can do it again in the Absa Run Your City Cape Town 10K. In Durban, then you can do it again and go for the fast times in the Absa Run Your City Durban 10K. But if you missed out on Joburg this year and were somewhere here, Kopitori, then make sure that you enter the Absa Run Your City Tshwane 10K before we wrap things up on National Heritage Day on the 24th of September for the Absa Run Your City Joburg 10K. It's gonna be lit! Ha ha! The Absa Run Your City series. We're back with you in 2023.